Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Today is May 7th, 2018, and it is week number 86 for me from vertical sleeve gastrectomy weight loss surgery. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Welcome to the family of bariatric patients. If you're not a bariatric patient yet and you're going to be, I hope you learned something great from my channel through my experiences, whether they are up or down. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dory, and I had the weight loss surgery on September 12th, 2016 in Hartford, Connecticut with Dr. Darren Tischler. My highest weight was 333.5. After changing my eating habits to a paleo diet prior to surgery and doing the 12 days that I had of, sorry, it was 10 days that I had of liquid diet prior to surgery, I lost the 33.5. So I was 300.5 day of surgery. I went back in my videos to see what my weight was throughout these weeks, and I went up to 180.2 2 weeks ago. Last week I was 178, and this week I am 174.4. I am exactly 1 pound more than my lowest weight. My lowest weight was 173.4, which was about 2 months ago. If you guys remember, I had done an egg fast. I had done full keto, the ketogenic diet. If you're not familiar with that, if you Google it, you'll find tons of information. But after that egg fast, I had went down to the 173.4, feeling great. But I have to say, looking back on the last couple months, the egg fast kind of screwed me up. I think, you know, I had went to having no carbs at all, maybe 1 gram of carbs, 2 grams, or 0 grams every day for the 4 or 5 days that I did the egg fast. But when I returned to just a normal lifestyle and adding in some vegetables, vegetables have carbs in them. They're good carbs, they're not bad carbs. And so therefore, I ended up gaining some more weight back, and then going out and having a couple of binge days, which I think were brought on by such a low amount of concentration on the egg fast that my body really craved a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, carbs, whatever it was. And so I had a couple of binge days. So I actually had went up to 183.8, I believe was my highest, somewhere around there. So I've really fought to get back down. Last week, if you remember, you can go back on one of my videos. I went to see my nutritionist for kind of a restart. The keto diet, I think, is good for short term, or it's good to do once in a while, but not to stick on it all the time. That's just my opinion. You guys can do your own thing for sure. But the way my body has been working, the ketogenic diet will work for a small amount of time, maybe a month or two, maybe even 3 months. After that, my body just does not lose on it. It doesn't even, there's nothing that it helps me with. So I decided, because of the surgeon's office I chose in the beginning, which if you guys are pre-op, anybody watching, please check into a center of excellence for yourself and check how long you get to go to your surgeon's office post-op and what resources are available to you. So available to me are ongoing support groups for my life, ongoing nutritionist or dietitian appointments for life. They are always available for me. I am 19 months post-op. Next week I will be 20 months post-op. They do see me still, and they will. September is my 2-year appointment. I believe after that I only go if I request to go, and maybe once a year they'll take my blood and make sure that my vitamins and everything are still sufficient. So last week I went to see my dietitian. 2 days prior to seeing her, I stopped drinking coffee. While I was on the keto diet, I would have 2 cups of coffee a day with 4 tablespoons of heavy cream in the coffee to get my fat. Those were 206 calories exactly, so that's 412 calories per day just drinking coffee. Now, I love my coffee. I have always loved coffee. I love the smell of coffee. I love the taste of coffee. I love it all. I like it hot, I like it cold, it doesn't really matter. But my husband bought some black tea, cardamom tea. It's called Ahmad's tea. And I liked it in the past, so I figured I would try it this time without sugar. I've never had any cream or anything in my tea. So I started drinking that. There's no calories, there's nothing in it. It's zeroed out on everything. So and I don't use sugar, so I didn't add any sugar to it. And so every day I'm having 2 or 3 cups of tea. There's not a lot of caffeine. There's maybe 40, I think it's 45 grams of caffeine, or 45, however they measure it, of caffeine. A regular coffee has a little over 100. So that's been working out very well for me. I've been saving a ton of calories every day, where previous to seeing my nutritionist, I would have between 1,500 and 1,700, maybe 1,300 at times, calories per day. My carbs were very low. I would have high fat and moderate protein. After seeing my dietitian and getting kind of a readjustment of how I'm thinking, because I had been on keto, the ketogenic diet, since last September. So I really need to go there, and for myself, the only word I can think about is deprogrammed. I need to be deprogrammed out of the ketogenic diet back to the bariatric diet and what works best for our bodies. She told me a lot of helpful information. Please go back and see my other video. She gave me tips, very plain and simple tips about not drinking 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after you eat a meal, because it's what's known as flushing, and it will flush a lot of the food out quick and your nutrients, and then you are hungry quicker. She also told me to take between 20 and 30 minutes per meal to eat it. That is hard, but I do take about 20 minutes. I haven't been able to get longer than that, but I will mindful eat. There's something called mindfulness. If you guys don't know what it is, it's kind of a meditation type thing. And so I've been using that while I'm eating. I have been very good for the past week, almost a week. Tomorrow will be a week on not drinking 30 minutes after I'm eating, and I am seeing a difference. The other thing that I'm doing is I added in a lot of lean protein and vegetables on almost every meal. I have also added in carbs, which at first it freaks people out because we are so conditioned to be like so against carbs, but I'm going to tell you that most people are uneducated about carbs in the community. I see people on Facebook boards that revolve around bariatric surgery, and they are not educated at all about carbs. They are freaking out over carbs. There are simple carbs and there are complex carbs. Simple carbs are crackers and cake and cereals and cookies. Those are junk. Those are full of sugar and therefore turn into carbs and do not do well in our body. Complex carbs, which are very good for us, are things like quinoa, barley, beans, whole wheat bread, whole wheat tortillas, things like that. Vegetables. There's carbs in some fruit. The fruit that I was told to stick to, which I've always known, are the berries: blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, things of that nature. Those have been very good for me. So over the past week, I have made a ton of changes. I wrote down actually some of the days on how many carbs and how many fat and how much protein I took for my macros. So last week I was getting about 50 grams of carbs, 54 fat, 95 protein. One day I had 76 carbs, 57 fat, 77 protein. I'm really trying to be mindful about getting protein in first, which is what the nutritionist said to go back to. One day I had 71 grams of carbs, 77 fat, 91 protein. 2 days ago I had 81 grams of carbs, 67 fat, 93 protein. I really like those numbers. It seems crazy, so much carbs, but I'll tell you, I haven't lost this much since I was fresh out of surgery. I think it just works better with our bodies, the way that our bodies produce and take care of the complex carbs. I think that they're very good. Some of the meals that she told me to eat, like lean, boneless, skinless chicken breast, is a very good option, with maybe 3 ounces of that, 3.5 ounces, with about 3 ounces or so of like green beans or broccoli or cauliflower, or a nice salad, cucumbers, tomatoes, sugar snap peas, things of that nature. So that's what I've been going back to. She said also on that plate, when you're having like dinner, you could also add on a half or a quarter of a sweet potato. That would be fine. Quinoa, barley, wheat berries, things of that nature are very good carbs for our body. They're also more to chew, so it's a little bit better to fill up on that and then not eat a whole bunch, because you're chewing so much that the rest of the food has already processed through. And so it was really good. So going from, you know, the 183.7, now this week I'm 174.4, 1 pound away from my lowest weight. Just reiterates that the nutritionists do know what they're talking about. I know we freak out because we're told about the carbs, but there are simple carbs and complex carbs. Please educate yourself, because I will tell you, the roller coaster up and down on the scale is a mental problem. It drives me absolutely crazy. So I just chose for myself. You guys can do what you want. If you're doing keto diet and it works well, and you're fasting and it works well, that's great. I also make sure I get 3 meals a day and maybe 1 snack. I am eating snack ideas that she gave me, which have been so helpful. Is I'll have like 1 slice of whole wheat cinnamon raisin bread with 1 tablespoon of organic peanut butter that I get from BJ's. I love that brand of peanut butter, so I'll eat that with about 10 raspberries on the side. That's a wonderful snack. It keeps me full. It helps me to you know, eat good things and to feel satisfied. Another snack I'll have is hummus. I bought some garlic pepper hummus, and I will have that with some cut up peppers or another vegetable. Another thing that she said is to have like 1 ounce of nuts. Nuts are an awesome carb, an awesome protein. I love it. They have healthy fat. Also, I have not been cooking with butter, and I have not been cooking with coconut oil. I've been using olive oil when I make my chicken breast, or I'll use just a organic olive oil spray to spray the pan. All these things are practicals. They're taught when we undergo the surgery in the beginning, but they have helped me tremendously. I feel like I'm in the game again. I feel like I have more energy. I think taking out the coffee and having the tea and saving those calories have really helped. I also want to tell you that my calorie intake has been between 1,100 and 1,350. I do not go over that, not because I'm mindful of it, just because I'm eating throughout the day, and because I'm eating the lean protein. I don't feel like I need the extra meals, and I'm not bombarding myself with all these extra calories. So that's what's working for me, guys. I know a lot of you guys struggle out there. You do keto for some time, you do Atkins, some people switch to Weight Watchers. Whatever works for you, but if it's not working like it wasn't for me, go back to the basics. There is no such thing as a pouch reset. You're going to hear that throughout the community, especially on social media. There's no such thing. You cannot reset your pouch to a previous, to your surgery when you were fresh out of surgery. There's no such thing as that. If you want to look up some bariatric surgeons who are very smart in the community that will talk on this subject, Dr. Duc Vuong, Vuong, look him up. He is amazing. He's from New Mexico, and he's very, very straightforward. He's vulgar, so look at his videos with the with your earmuffs on when he's swearing. But he has a lot of information, and he's a wealth of knowledge. So yeah, so that's my update, week 86. I feel great. I still wear this shirt. You guys have seen me in this shirt. This is a sweatshirt type pullover, whatever you want to call it, and it's my favorite. It's so big, but this is going to be one of those clothing items that I don't get rid of. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I love it. It's so big and comfy and cozy, and I love it. So anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that nobody thinks that I was telling them they can't eat the way that they want, because listen, this is your journey as it is my journey. I just want to give you guys great information on what has helped me and the knowledge that I've gotten from my nutritionist. I think she is amazing. I'm going back. She has me filling out a menu for a month. Everything I'm eating, I'm going to go back in a month to follow up with her. I do need to take my multivitamin. I've been forgetting my multivitamin every morning because I need to eat it with food or take it with food, and I forget once I do eat. So anyways, guys, if you have any comments, any questions, anything that I can help you with, anything about my journey that you want to know, I am an open book. I will definitely make a video and answer questions. So I hope that you guys got a lot from this video. I hope that you guys see that we're all in this journey together. It's a crazy journey, but we're all in it together, and I hope that everybody has a good week. Have a blessed day.